Only for you, O Arjun, my blissful gorgeous said, the first day of Mahabharat war was extremely ferocious. Bhishma's power was like scorching death, like summer midday sun. Thousands and thousands of warriors from the Pandavas' army died. Bhishma had announced that he would destroy 10,000 Maharathis warriors every day. 10,000 commandos he will kill every day. That was too much. In the night, the Pandavas sat for a meeting and their decision was made. They would make a special phalanx called Craunch View the next day. And Arjun would confront Bhishma as many times as possible. On the second day, the Kauravas were also shaped in a toughest phalanx under the direction of Bhishma. Arjun was at the front. War music was echoing. Conch blows were resounding into the far distance, and soon the Pandavas confronted the enemies. After several hours, the Pandavas were broken by a fierce attack of Bhishma. Soldiers tossed and turned, deeply aggrieved, started running in different directions. Upon Arjuna's instruction, Krishna brought the chariot in front of mighty Bhishma, and a fearful fight ensued. The fight continued as powerfully as it had started. Consequently, in the second half of the day and even third day, all morning the Pandavas' armies became more and more powerful and started killing Kauravas by the thousands. Wounded Kauravas ran in all different directions. Duryodhana became morose and upset. He rushed to Bhishma and blamed him for mentally siding the Pandavas and not being honest with him. He said if it continued, he would consider suspending him and making Karna commander-in-chief. Bhishma's eyes became red with anger, and he scolded him for being responsible for all these unnecessary killings. He proclaimed that he was doing his best according to his age, strength, and salt and the dharma. After much discussion, he announced, okay, I shall defeat all Pandavas today if Sri Krishna does not lift his weapon. Duryodhana became so happy that he blew his conch and directed music of enthusiasm to be played in the field. Hearing the new music announcement, soldiers retreated and a fearful fight began. In order to put a stop to Bhishma's wholesale destruction, Arjun's chariot flew towards him. Soon they saw the dangerous form of Bhishma, like a bloodthirsty lion, like a magician. He was moving so fast in all directions that it seemed he had not one form but tens and hundreds of forms. Thousands of arrows flew like birds, felling Pandava's soldiers on the ground. Arjun saw while still hiding on his front. His heart was heavy and he had to shoot his grandpa. Krishna warned him, if you will not give up this lousiness, O Arjun, in today's battle, you will be dropping the entire army into great danger. So, my dear Arjun, please try your best. When Bhishma saw Arjun and Krishna, he roared like a crazy lion and challenged, come, I will defeat all of you, I promise. Bhishma will be a bastard and a shame to his mother if he failed to make Krishna give up his invincible word. I will make Krishna to lift his weapon today. Arjun was angry and he released a sharp arrow and cut off Bhishma's bow into pieces. He picked up another bow, then another, then another and another. Still Bhishma's arrows were showering like rain, flooding the field with blood. The army which came with Arjun was deeply wounded except Satyaki. Almost all left their stand. Arjun was fighting, but not as fiercely as Bhishma. Most of fight consisted in shooting around Bhishma, but not a killer attack. He was only doing self-protection because of the fact that he was fighting his grandpa. On the other hand, Bhishma was becoming like a scorching death, like midday summer sun on the equator. Seeing this, Sri Krishna became angry. He thanked Satyaki and gave up his reins and remembered his Sudarshan Chakra. Soon it appeared in his fingers, shining like brilliant band of fire. He leaped on the ground and rushed towards Bhishma. Vyasa says, earth shook, wind blazed, and warriors became shocked and eyes closed with that blaze. Their weapons slipped from their hands. Elephants, horses, ran screaming. Soldiers all over sweating, ran in all directions. Many others stood still and paralyzed, wounded, bleeding. Sapphire form, perspiring forehead, red fluttering lips, enraged, red countenance, chakra in right hand blazing, yellow scarf flowing in the breeze, and lo, Sri Krishna is running, racing towards Bhishma's chariot like mighty ocean wave. His foot falling on corpses and weapon covered battlefield upon bloody mud. Mountain peaks broke in the distance and earth tore somewhere and stars fell. My God, he has picked up his weapon, broke his promise. Then what else can he not do? This is only for Arjun. This is for his duty. This is for his own. What else he cannot do for those who become his own? Wow! Arjun won. Krishna is here only for his own, and now we are against. Then what else he cannot do to us for his own? Kauravas fainted in shock and fear and suspense. There was only one person in the whole battlefield who is standing fearless and watching this wonderful scene, and he is Bhishma. The very cause of this terror, resounding his bow and throwing it aside, bowing down in reverence, he shouted, Bravo, bravo, all glories to you, my Lord Krishna, the disc uplifting one, the red-eyed one, the devotee compassionate one, all love and pratigya dismissing one. For love, the pratigya dismissing one, okay? Come, 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 O Lord mine, get me killed for Arjun, deliver me, liberate me, make me your own, take me to your abode. Bhishma's wonderful prayer is recorded in Mahabharata and also in Srimad Bhagavatam. What happened? Arjuna shook his head. He too had been almost in trance. Soon he saw what Krishna is doing for him. As much invincible is his pratigya, means his word, his vow, his promise, that much reliable, credible and religious is considered. Okay? A Kshatriya. A Kshatriya is considered a credible person, reliable person and also religious, spiritual person. As much his word, his promise, his vow, his pratigya is invincible. And breaking his pratigya, which is more dear, more precious to a Kshatriya, to a warrior, than even his life and all achievements, material and religious. And Krishna just dropped it. And that for me, that's all because of my lousiness during the battle. Oh Krishna, wait. Oh, what are you doing? That's not what you are to do. Remember, he leaped from chariot and ran fast and clasped his hands from the back. But no, Krishna still kept rushing. Arjuna was almost dragged. Oh my God, so furious has become today, my friend. My friend is furious today. Oh, so mighty one. Arjuna left his hand and leaped to the front and fell at his feet and clasped them so tightly. Keshav, oh Madhav, oh Govinda, abandon please this anger. You are not going to kill Bhishma. That's my share. If you do that, your pratigya would be broken and killing would happen the double. I would be too shameful to me, and it will be too shameful for me. Wait, do not throw me aside. No, don't push me off. I promise I will fight fiercely now. You will see with all my might, with my entirety indeed, exactly as you told me in Gita. I will be now total in this duty of mine. People saw heavenly flowers showering from the sky, perfume sprayed, Bhishma was praying, folded hands and tears streaming, and Arjuna was assuring. Krishna looked at Bhishma, then to Arjuna, and a smile came to his lips across his face. He looked at Sudarshan Chakra, soon vanished in his face. He returned to the chariot and sat and picked up the reins. Now fearful war started. By the end of the day, Kaurava's army was defeated. Then they had been tossed and turned around by shower of weapons of the might of Arjuna. Arjuna had released a highly dangerous supersonic weapon called Mahendrastra. It brought a startling devastation. As the sunset dusk approached, the retirement was announced. The end of her day was pleasing to the Pandavas and disappointing to Kauravas. My dear friends, the further story of Mahabharata we are going to tell you another meeting, okay? Thank you very much.